Hello everyone, this is EB the Original Master here with a very special video for you guys today. So this is going to be a behind the scenes video of showcasing you guys the many great things of my Mario project that I'm working on, Escape from Bowser Island. So in this video, I'll be showcasing you guys how I include the facial expressions and the characters of Super Mario Escape from Bowser Island. So if you guys didn't know about this project, there's only two specific characters in the film that I haven't really given facial expressions to, which is Toad and Toadette, who are the only two characters in the film that I can be able to give them these facial expressions. So I am going to show you guys in depth of how I do this, also showcasing the researching process of how I find the facial expressions that I want to give to each character. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go to this button right here in the toolbox, which has my models, which are basically these models that I have created or saved from other users. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with Toad, who is my favorite character to work on in this film, is because that Toad is by far my favorite character with the best facial expressions. So, what I am going to do now is I am going to go to the View button here and click on the Explorer tab, and I'm going to remove Toad's face, or his mouth, basically. I'm just going to remove his mouth so I could give him a facial expression that I want to showcase. So, I am going to go click on this drop-down menu until I find one brick of a sun, and if I select the right one, it will go over to his mouth, which is here. So you just simply hit the delete key on your keyboard, and then that will successfully remove Toad's mouth. So now I'm going to close out the Explorer button here. I'm just going to close this out real fast. Let me drag. Give me a second, you guys. I'm going to close this out real fast. All right, there we go. Now I am going to take a screenshot of Toad real fast using snipping tool. So I'm going to take a screenshot, and I'm going to give him a happy face. So I'm going to go open up Paint 3D, which I already had open, but I'll just open it again. So this is Paint 3D. This is the program that I use to include the character's facial expressions. So here's Paint 3D. So now I'm going to open up a Roblox happy face. I'm going to type in Roblox happy face, which I've already have saved onto my search engine because I've been recently using it. And I am going to use this facial expression because this is the happy facial expression that I've used for both Toad and Toadette in the film. So I'm now going to take a snippet of just the mouth by itself, and I'm going to click on Edit with Paint 3D again, so you guys could see the process of how this is done. And yeah, so it's creating a new project. And now this is where the fun part comes in, is me actually making the image transparent. Okay, so now while that's done loading, I'm going to click on Magic Select to make the mouth transparent. Okay, so I'm going to click on Next. The mouth is now transparent. Click on Done. This is a very easy process. So then, now that I'm done, I'm going to copy the mouth and put it over Toad's face. And this is where everything comes into place. So I click on Paste, and then the mouth will appear on screen, and I'm going to make it small so it can fit over Toad's mouth. So then I simply drag the mouth over to Toad's face, and there you go. Toad is very happy now because I've gave him that facial expression, and that's basically all I do to give Toad and Toadette these great facial expressions. Now I'm going to do an angry face, so I'm going to simply hit the undo button, which will remove his mouth, and now I'm going to look up the Roblox face confused, because that's usually the mouth that I use to give Toad his angry face. Well, most of the time, that is. So yeah, so I'm going to go to this face right here, This is the most common mouth that I use to give Toad and Toadette their confused looks, their angry faces. So, like I did earlier, I'm going to click on Edit with Paint 3D. Okay, so it's creating a new project. Okay. I don't care about no mono snap update. I'll do that later. I'm making a video right now. So it's loading right now. Yeah, it takes a while for Paint 3D to load. It's because that my computer is pretty slow, but it takes its time. So just like I did with the happy face, I'm gonna use the magic select tool and make this transparent. Click on done. Same process, nothing new here. Copy and drag this around. I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it over Toad's mouth. Make it smaller. So yeah, it looks like he's scared, but I want him to be angry. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the 2D shapes, and I'm gonna click on the line and curves and make eyebrows. And yeah, so you just draw the eyebrows over Toad's face over here, and now Toad is very angry. Now, I would like to say this, you guys. Toad does get pretty angry in this film, so there will be times where Toad will get very angry at either Mario or Yoshi or whatever character he's encountering with, and that's why I love Toad so much, because I make him angry in the film, and he's not doing it to be rude or mean or anything. He just has a short fuse, so he's not doing it to be mean. He just tends to get angry at times, and he doesn't really mean to hurt people's feelings when he does get angry, but he does get angry whenever he feels annoyed or things isn't going his way. So yeah, Toad will get angry a lot in this film. And last but not least, I'm going to do a scared face, which is right here. Yeah, there's your scared facial expression. And I'm going to use the curved line to give him eyebrows to make him look like he's really scared. Now, I do this occasionally to give the characters expressions, and I also put little lines over their eyes to also indicate them being scared, which I think is pretty interesting. Yeah, I know the line is very thick, but I also make it thin most of the time. Yeah, I know this looks ugly. You know, I'm going to redo this because I do not like the way how that looks. So there's times I do this. I put the little lines over their eyes because that's cool that way. And yeah. So yeah, I did the best I could. I know it's not professional, but I make it professional while I'm actually editing the film. So yeah, that's Toad. And now I'm going to do Toadette now. I'm not going to do every facial expression, I'll just do a few. Hello guys, I'm back. I don't know what happened with the original recording, but it stopped for some reason, but I'm going to continue where I left off. So the last time I was talking about giving Toad facial expressions, and now I'm going to do the same with Toadette, which is another character in the film that has many great facial expressions. Now, unlike Toad, Toadette is basically your over-the-mill sweet character. She rarely gets mad. She's the more childlike character in the film. She tends to get very energetic very easily. She's very sensitive. Yeah, so that's basically Toadette's character in the film. She's sweet, she's likable, she's loving, and yeah, so she rarely gets mad in the film. She does get mad in the film, but it's rare because, like I said earlier, she's a complete opposite of Toad. While Toad, he tends to get angry very easily, but Toadette, that's the complete opposite. Because nobody wants to see Toadette very angry. So I'm going to do the same thing like I did with Toad. Edit with 3D. And I'm going to use that same happy facial expression that I've used earlier. Because there's no need for me to go back and redo the process again, because you've already seen it the first time. So I'm going to go back to this happy face that I did earlier. Copy. And I'm going to paste it over. Paint 3D will load. Hold on a second, you guys. I need to see what's going on here. I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, I am back again. Sorry, I was having some issues here, but there should be no more issues after this point. So I'm gonna paste this mouth over Toadette's face over here. So yeah, it's the same process as Toad. You do the same copy and paste thing over the characters' faces with the mouth. Same process. Now we shall do that again with the scared face or confused face, whatever you want to call it. Call it your own way. Again, paste. Yeah, this is another one of Toadette's facial expressions in the film, which I really like a lot. I think it's funny. I think it's humorous. Yeah, so I'm going to add the eyebrows. Yeah, so there we go. I know it's not professional, but you get the point. And now I'm going to do a sad face. So I'm going to go back to Google Chrome and get a... You know what? I think I'll do this sad face. I think this one looks pretty good. And if I want to be honest, you guys, I really do love the way how Toadette's face looks when she's sad. Because I really go into really good details of giving Toadette that exact sad face. Because I tend to add the eyebrows, the droop-sided eyebrows, to make it look like she's really sad. But yeah. And there's actually another facial expression that I use for Toadette whenever she's worried, which I will include in this video. So yeah, don't go away just yet. So click on next. Done. There we go. Copy that. And you paste it over here. And then you got a sad face right here. And now I'm going to include the eyebrows, because the eyebrows is what makes the face very, very unique. So I'm going to flip the eyebrows upside down. Again, it's not professional. Doesn't really matter. And yeah, there you go. This is one of my favorite facial expressions I love to give Toad and Toadette. The eyebrows when they're sad. I think that's really clever. And yeah, that one last mouth expression I want to show, which is the worried face. Worried. And it's this mouth right here. It's going to be the last facial expression I'll do for this tutorial video or behind the scenes. This is more behind the scenes in a tutorial video, but you get the idea. 3D. Yeah, Paint 3D has been a really fun tool with this project, because when I was first working on this, I was worried that I couldn't give Toad and Toadette any facial expressions, but since I've experimented using Paint 3D, giving the characters facial expressions has never been this easier. This is a very easy process. This isn't difficult whatsoever. It's very fun, it's simple, it's easy, and anyone can do it. So yeah, this is the last facial expression for the video. Just like I did earlier, copy and paste the mouth. Yeah, her mouth kind of looks like a fortune cookie, which I find highly hilarious. And now I am going to give Toadette once again the upside down eyebrows to indicate that she's worried or scared, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, there we go. And that's pretty much the tutorial video or behind the scenes of how I give the characters facial expressions. Yeah, so Toad and Toadette are the only two characters that have these type of expressions. Mario and Luigi, in the later part of the film, I will say this, I've been actually geez, my grammar's off today. I've been adding eyebrows over their eyebrows to make them look like they're angry in some cases. Yeah, I know it looks unprofessional, but I don't care. This movie isn't supposed to be professional. I mean, it pretty much is I'm trying to make it professional, but it really isn't. But I'm doing the best I can to make this film really look unique. And that's why I've been using Paint 3D and Roblox Studio and looking up these facial expressions on Google Images. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this behind the scenes video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys updated with more videos. Goodbye.